Hello and welcome to Inenco's Energy News Update. Consultations about the new renewable heat incentive are expected to begin this month. The scheme is due to start in 2011 and will provide financial support like that given to the renewable electricity at the moment. For anyone considering an anaerobic digestion plant, this new incentive will bring new considerations about the commercial approach they will follow. Depending on the level of subsidy, owners of new plants may make more money by supplying gas rather than electricity. Last year, National Grid said that the biogas produced by AD plants could supply half of the gas used each year by domestic consumers, about 18 billion cubic metres. This could make our gas supplies more secure, an issue that has received a lot of attention during the recent cold weather. Would this amount of extra gas make a real difference?
Yes, it could. If we look at the last few weeks, the alerts were caused by a drop-off of supply around 30 to 40 million cubic metres per day. If these figures are right, then this could be a new supply of around 60 million cubic metres per day, which would be equivalent to a new storage site bigger than the current Rough storage facility.
Would this mean we wouldn't get the electricity we need?
Using these plants to produce gas would mean that they wouldn't produce electricity, but a lot of our plans looking forward have assumed that electricity use would have to rise to provide most of our heating. If we can use a low carbon gas, then electricity demand won't grow as much, so it's likely to balance out.
So is this the right way to go?
We've been saying for a long time that the UK, to have secure low carbon energy, we need to look at a wide mixture of sources. As part of that mixture, this approach deserves to be looked at with careful consideration.
Business leaders have expressed their disappointment with the progress made at the Copenhagen Climate Change Summit in a conference at the United Nations. Rather than looking to the UN to deliver an international treaty, investors call for governments to bring forward new policies to address climate change. But these calls leave some big questions unanswered. Will any international treaty be possible without business behind it? Also, what responsibility does business itself carry to make progress on emissions reduction? Who should be setting the direction for meeting our carbon targets?
There's no easy answer to that question, unfortunately, Kate. The UN can't hope to understand all of the issues that are affecting different countries. In the same way, the governments don't understand the detailed ways that business operates. This means that businesses are in the best position to know how to cut their own emissions, but probably with targets and investment priorities set out at a national level. It's just the same for us at home. You know whether you need a new boiler or insulation, and it's up to you to do something about it.
So what kind of policy changes are needed?
I think what the business community would like to see is clearer direction coming from the government as to where they should be making capital investment. Is the focus renewable energy or improving the efficiency of equipment to reduce consumption? At the same time, there is a growing concern about the impact of the UK's stretching targets on our overall global competitiveness. I think there needs to be some clear signals from the government about how they will maintain a level playing field for UK businesses.
What should businesses do in the meantime?
There are two areas that need to be focused on. First of all, businesses should be looking at minimising their energy consumption. This both cuts emissions and also saves costs at the same time. It's essential that all organisations have a clear understanding of the pattern of their energy consumption and identifying the practical measures that can be put in place to make such savings. To really address emissions, this needs to become a carbon management plan, including areas like transportation, packaging and the supply chain. And secondly, we should be trying to ensure that as much of the investment in low carbon technology is made here in the UK, putting the money back into our own economy.
Are you saying that business needs to take the lead?
Well, you could say where business leads, governments tend to follow. So yes, businesses are in place where action can happen, as long as they understand what the target is.
That's all for this week's edition of Inenco's Energy News Update. From Nick and myself, goodbye.